kids. What time is it?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, Come on now. Hot pants.
Well, hello there. Good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Well, let me get the introductions out the way in case you don't know who I am, or if you can't see, I am Jordan Page, South Coast Kane. I am trying something new tonight. I'm gonna see if I'm streaming live to the Instagram just to see, just because I can. Uh, I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. The last time we spoke, it was like Arctic conditions last week here in South Louisiana, but the last few days it has done nothing but rain. I'm about to start building the ark, man. I mean, it's like, gosh. But oh, also, I was on nights the last 2 nights, and I saw where Shad was going to go live today at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern. Kind of threw my whole thing off because I had some ideas, as y'all saw on the opening intro. Uh, you know, most people put the little countdown and all that stuff. Screw it. I had to put some music in there, and I guess I was kind of poking the line with the little that Timex Social Club rumors. How do rumors get started? Started by the jealous people. Think about it. Think about it. Ah, but yeah, I was hoping to hear from Shad. Uh, but I don't know what happened to Shad. I don't know. He never showed up. But it's cool. But anyway, here we are. Here we are. Uh, of course, uh, I'll start with saying hello to workforce. Man, it's been a while. You probably been busy. Appreciate that love on the intro. I just do my thing, man. And I've been trying to do the intro stuff prior prior to the start time. So if I say it starts at, say, 8 o'clock Eastern, I'll try to start a little early that way. Of course, I know QB was in the chat way early. Good to see you, QB. Another one of our new members, victims, subscribers. Uh, and of course, the one, the only, often imitated, sometimes duplicated, but never replicated, Cuban Kane. And I know he's chomping at the bit. And look, bro, hey, to everybody, did I miss anybody? No, okay. Might be a few people that's sitting in the back, and that's quite all right. But yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna open the video lines up because I'm not fancy enough to have a phone line like most of them. But yeah, the it's been a very interesting week, and it's only Thursday. The the big talk of the town, and we're gonna get into it. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Uh, of course, what was that? The Momentum podcast. They had the interview with Jakari. It was I, I I finally got to watch it last night. It took me like a few hours, but I got to watch it. I was at work, but well, look who decided to show up. But Shad, you may not show up for your own stream, but hey, he's gonna make it here. Just joking. So yeah, uh, we'll talk about the Jakari video. I'll give my 2 cents and what I got from it. I'm not gonna go into detail because I mean, everybody and their brother has done a reaction video, their interpretation. Shad had a real good one. I finally got to catch up on some of that. I'm just I'm just gonna hit the highlights. I mean, tell you what I thought of it. Uh, Also, I found out earlier, just like Mr. Tim Harris is going to UCF as an OC. Congratulations to him. Uh, and also, we have a big announcement. Big announcement. Uh, and we'll get to that. So, like I said, I'm gonna get the video stuff up real quick. But the main reason I got to go through my monologue, uh the main reason why the before the Jakari stuff, before the Jakari video came out, uh, I was trying to think what could we talk about, and in my last show last week, I believe it was Wednesday, I was telling y'all the story about the dude at the Walmart talking about that's my coach because I had my Miami hat on, and I thought it was Shad, and I'm like, no way, but nah, it was, and he was talking about Dawson. Anyway, so it kind of got me thinking, you know, if I was to say run into Coach Dawson, because his family's just right up the road. Let's just hypothetically say it, but let's say we're sitting around the table. You're sitting around the table on the patio, music going, cups are full, bottles are cold, barbecue is flying. Fly girls, yes, sir. If you had 2 or 3 questions you could ask Dawson, Mario, or Mr. Guidry, what would you ask? Now, again, this was all before the Jakari video. Uh, so again, we're gonna talk. Cuban, Cuban, you are going do they like Boudin? Cuban, look, you have carte blanche service here, sir. The velvet rope is always open for you, man. Everybody is free to speak your mind, say what you feel. Okay. Um, I welcome it. I want to have the that would be the best king cake would probably be that's a good question. Used to be Gambino's, but you know, uh, I want everybody to be able to say what you think and let's discuss it. You know, let's discuss it. Let's have fun. So, uh, I want to go ahead and get the news, the big news out the way. It looks like we got about 8 people, but because this question and answer talking about your car is going to probably take up most of the time. So, uh, the other day, well, uh, on Coach Hayes' Hayes Street, the term entertainment value of foolishness came up. And I'm like, wow, it hit me. Entertainment of foolishness, posse. And the reason why I came up with that, because, for those of us, I'm not going to name names, but for those of us who don't really follow the protocol when it comes to doing this type of stuff, uh, you have your I'm not going to say corporate, but you have your corporate stations, you know, Flo's got his Katie, good to see you. Flo's got his conglomeration. Locked On has their thing. Kane's Insight, Kane Sports, my rivals, five. You know what I'm saying? They got like 50,000 people under one umbrella. And, they like to spread the rumors. But I'm like, you know what? People like us need something. We need to have a cooperative of independent grocers. And I was kind of kicking around some ideas and stuff. And Shad and Miss Ellen know what this is about. So without further ado, I have a promo video that it's not very long. It's not very long. So without further ado, check this out.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Y'all like that? Yeah, I did the intro to Thriller because if you listen to it, if you listen to the words, kind of put that in perspective to what we do. We're going to say what we're going to say, and we don't really care who it pisses off. Feel the swag, Romano. So again, it's just something I'm throwing out there. If we want to create this, that's fine. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay. Enough with all the BS. Let's get to brass tacks. Let's get down to how the cow eats the corn. All right. So I want to give my take on the Jakari video, and then we are going to bring you fine folks in. So the main thing that I took from that video is, I've said it before, there's something about Jakari that I like. He seemed like a very, very good young man. But man, listening to what he was saying, man, Jakari has got his head on right. Uh, Shout out to the folks that all participate in raising that young man. Uh, the dude's got a good head on his shoulders. His work ethic is like crazy. I really liked how he was really honest about things, but he wasn't disrespectful. Uh, and I was really impressed with his life plan, if that makes any sense. Uh, in other words, talking about, he's trying to, yeah, he's going to play ball and everything, but he's not going to do that for the rest of his life. You know, uh, he's a hell of a team player. I know he was talking about wanting to become a part of the leadership council, you know. And another real is probably about the last thing. I was impressed with the relationship he has and had with all the quarterbacks. I thought it was really cool how him and Emory are real tight. Uh, I think it's really good that I think he said he still talks to a lot of the former players and stuff. And yeah, he said he wanted a ranch in Texas. Yeah, I saw that. I wonder what part of Texas. He want to go out there on San Antone, or I don't know. But yeah, but the whole thing, and again, I know it's just, nothing specific, because I mean, my God, everybody and their brother has done talked about this. Okay. But overall, Jakari's a good dude. He's a good person, very intelligent young man. You know, I'm not going to get into the nitpicking. Well, he was kind of squirming in the chair at the 30-minute mark, so he probably lied about, and then if you look how he had the hand motions, he may have, and then he has the tape on the finger, I said it a while back. Don't believe the hype. Boy, don't believe the hype. And I will say this. While I was watching it, as much as I was impressed and admired the young man, I was getting pissed off. I was getting infuriated. The longer, I mean, I watched the whole thing. I didn't start it at the 25. I watched the whole thing. And I think it's like a little over an hour or so, like an hour, 10 hour. I don't know. But after I watched it and I started to digest it, I got furious. I was pissed. I was hot. I wasn't Cuban hot, but damn it, I was hot, boy. And let me tell you why. Because all this, I'm trying to stay calm here, but all this noise that all these talking heads were saying, I want to tell them, okay, excuse the language. I want to just tell them, shut the fuck up. You bunch of idiots, morons. Nobody knew any. I mean, it's like, okay, wasabi. Throughout the season, everybody kept wrongfully judging this young man based on the no-win situation he was put in last year. And, when TVD went down before the Clemson game, everybody was like, oh, man, Jakari gets in and he just wants the red shirt because he don't want to play. He doesn't want to get out there. Oh, yes, they were saying it. They were saying that Jakari didn't want to be out there, when in fact the man's trying to get better. And then you get Emory in there. Nothing against Emory. he goes 8 for 23, and guess what? Holy shit, praise the Lord, we have got our savior at quarterback. We don't need Jakari, we got Emory. He went 8 for 23 and beat Clemson. I'm really trying not to get pissed off, but it really it pissed me off because I like Jakari. Jakari is a good guy. He really is. Oh, Katie, look, that's how we roll here. It's the entertainment of foolishness. But anyway, and then Emory goes in there against Florida State, does pretty good. Defense did good. Of course, Emory broke his arm, and everybody's like, oh, no. Oh, no, that means Jakari's coming in. Oh, man, we're screwed. And then TVD transfers. All you heard was, well, Jakari's leaving. Jakari's leaving. He's transferring. He's getting out. And then when Jakari was given the starting role, he got the starting call for the Pinstripe Bowl. Oh, wow. The Chicken Little syndrome was in full effect. Nobody, well, y'all know what I mean. I'm talking not us, but the majority of those morons out there, all they talked about was, it ain't going to be any good. And then we get to the Cam Ward situation. Oh, dude, that was like, all right, we get Cam Ward. We don't have to worry about Jakari. Jakari will just transfer. I'm like, give me a break. Now, and this is the part that pisses me off, is all these negative Nellies, these Brown bashers, Jakari Brown bashers. The video comes out now. Instead of everybody wanting to, they trying to bash his ass. Now they're kissing his ass. That's what's crazy. And that's what, and Shad, you said it best when you talked about, I done got myself all worked up. I got to calm down. You said it best, Shad, the other day, that you had people that were saying all this stuff, and whether they lied or they were wrong or they were just trying to refuel the hype train for their own personal benefits, vis-a-vis clicks, views, subscribers. Okay. They just, it's like, whatever. So again, dude, Jakari, man, that you couldn't ask for a better young man. And I said it before, I would rather have, just my opinion, I would rather have a team of people like Jakari than a team of people like Cam Ward. No disrespect to Cam, but we know the games that people play. I'm just saying, Jakari bleeds more orange and green. He is more devoted and dedicated to Miami than probably 90% of the moronic, intellectually pompous people that classify themselves as Miami Hurricane fans. I'm not being fan police. Everybody, I'm not, everybody can be them. You got to be you. I understand. But don't play this game where it's flavor of the month, just so you can get your clicks and views and this and that. That's why I want the no, I'm not talking about you, Cuban. That's why this entertainment of foolishness posse, the underbelly, those of us that basically just give our opinions based on facts, hopefully. But it's so hard because I mean, like on YouTube, that's all you see. It's just painted with all this stuff, you know. All right. Okay. Well, thank y'all for letting me rant. But yeah, Jakari's a good kid. Young man, excuse me. And he grew. He grew an inch and gained some weight. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Ah, I'm trying to pin it. No, not that one. Damn it. It won't let me pin. Why ain't you letting me pin it? Screw it. There it is. All right. I'm going to do that. And yeah, you can see I got my shit together. But you know what? My channel, my rules. I'm going to do what I do. All right. So there it is. It is up there. Well, I don't want to ban myself. All right. So I want everybody and everybody to there we go. Finally got that bitch pinned. Pause. Sorry for the ladies in the room. Oh. So yeah, there it is. The link for the StreamYard. It's there. I believe it's there. But anyway, let's talk about it. Oh. Let's see here. I apologize for not acknowledging some of the statements in the chat. I was on my rant. I was on my soapbox. And if I was wrong about any of that, I'll admit I was wrong. But that's just how I feel. And I know you shouldn't let the knucklehead nucleus, the arch enemy of the EFP. Oh my God, what am I doing? You can't let the knuckleheads dictate how you do your thing. But I really think that okay, here we go. Are y'all ready? I mean, are y'all really ready? Because I have somebody knocking on the door. Hey, take down the rope. Let him in. My man, Cuban Kane. What is going on, dude?
Good, good. About to make myself something to eat, so I'll be right back. I'll be on mute, so I'll start my dissertation in 2 minutes. I just wanted to join the room, so I'll put
That's
myself
fine.
on mute.
That's fine. I've been waiting for this. So, with all this being said, I hate to be the Debbie Downer, and y'all tell me I'm being idiotic if you want to, but Cam's going to start. I hate to say it, Cam's going to start because They paid a lot of money for
Because Mario's a
that
bitch.
horse.
That's why. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Hey,
I had
it's
to,
okay.
I had to say it because Mario's a bitch. Sorry. Going back on mute.
You know. Now, if there are any Mario fans out there, hey, it is what it is. Uh, I said it before all this when TVD transferred. I said we have Jakari, Emery coming back. You got we have the horses in the stable. They just have to be developed. They have to have time, experience, just like Jakari was talking about. You know, uh
Jordan, so I
he's
have a question for you, Jordan.
okay.
Okay. You have this. What do you, you know, you need to tell me where you work at, but what is your profession? What do you do for a living?
Uh I'm in the paper making business.
Okay, so you're in the paper making business. You make papers out of, whatever, right?
Right, right, right.
So you own this paper making business, right?
Okay.
Then you come to South Florida and you recruit this handsome young man named Cuban King, right?
Oh, here
So
we
work for
go.
you,
That's right.
right? You then some hey, come out here, move to Louisiana. Everything is gonna be great, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
you hire this handsome Cuban Kane guy, right? You give him a nice little salary, and you're like, all right, Cuban, I'm the boss man, and I need you to sweep the floors, right? And I look at you and say, hey, boss, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take a break. What's gonna happen to me, boss? Jordan?
Well, depending either A, well, you're definitely gonna get in trouble. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be good. You
Right.
know, I'm sure it'll be like, okay, look, I really, you get told, probably get told ask one more time. And then if you refuse to do it,
Go talk to my parents. Don't talk to me. Go talk to my agent.
I see where you're getting at. But yeah, you know, and again, this is not a I'm not bashing the person Cam Ward. I just bashing the situation that is Cam Ward. Now, of course, I don't know how Cam Ward. I don't know what type of person Cam Ward is. I haven't seen his interview yet. So,
I'm not bashing
but it's the
neither. I'm
situation.
not bashing the players. I am
No,
bashing a
no,
different
no.
person.
It's just the situation that has been brought upon this team. Does that make sense?
Yes, that
That
makes total sense.
you know.
But let's continue our little back
Okay.
and forth, right?
Okay.
So
All right. All right.
if I'm like, Jordan, no, I'm just gonna sit myself here and just gonna relax, and you're gonna pay me throughout this whole year. What is Jordan the boss man going to do?
I'm like, okay, you have a decision to make, dude. Either you're gonna either you want to work here or not, and if you don't, then hasta la vista, baby.
But I'll be here next year. Don't worry about it, coach. You know, I'll be here next year. It's okay. What is boss man Jordan going to do? You're fired, right?
Yeah. Right.
So my thing is big, tough Mario, discipline, culture, blah, blah, blah. You
Trust the
know,
process.
trust the process, whatever, right? Why is he letting players dictate how to run the program? Happened last year with TVD, happened this year with Cam, it happened here this year with JB. I respect and love what JB, TVD, and Cam are doing. They are doing extremely boss move and protecting themselves, right? But our softy coach is letting the players run the program, right? If this
Yeah.
was Manny Diaz, these Canevilles. I'm calling out names. That's why I said if you're gonna mute me, mute me. These
No. No.
Canevilles,
No.
these Miami Flows, these all these shows were like, oh, Manny is soft. Nobody respects the players. To me, these players don't respect Mario, and then they don't fear Mario. So and it's like, what are we doing here? This is a repeat. It's a rinse and repeat. These players do not respect these coaches. And I'm tired of hearing, oh, culture, brother. Got to give Mario time. Culture, culture, culture. The
Right,
culture
right,
here
right,
was bad.
right.
This culture is the worst culture because these players, the main players are telling Mario, this is what I am going to do, and you're going to shut the bleep up and you're going to listen there, boss man, brother, right? So this is it's just like I hate, before I was like, oh, give Mario 6 years. I'm giving him this year. You got to win
Ooh,
because if you don't win, you got to get out of here. I'm sorry. Because he has zero control, zero control, and it's like these players are telling Mario, this is what I'm going, and I was sold a bag of fake news. Oh, Mario's a discipline coach, and it's his way or the highway. It doesn't seem that way.
it
It,
doesn't.
it,
It
it
doesn't.
seems like it's the player's way, and and it's like I was debating somebody. Oh, on Twitter. It's the players. It's a player led team. It's like, yes, it's a player led team, but you cannot let the players dictate to the coaches what, how, what, where, and when to do. If that's the case, why have a head coach?
Right,
So it's
right.
like I am extremely frustrated, and it's funny because on Shad, I forgot who's said on Shad's show or your show, it's the off season. Get ready for all of this
Oh
extra
yeah,
love,
yeah, yeah,
right? And it's like
yeah.
I'm sick and I don't care who the coach is. It just seems like every single year, this off season with this program, right? It's always drama. The
Yeah.
ibis, the quarterback situation, the coaching changes.
Oh
It's like
yeah. I
there's a bunch
ex-
of drama, and it's like, hold on, man. I thought Mario was this no chain, no nothing, this hardcore, disciplined type of coach, and he's not. He's a pussycat, And it's like I'm tired of people telling me, wait for the process. This is give it time. Jacory said in his interview, it's a rebuild. How in the hell we're on year 3 at a rebuild?
right,
What are we doing here? What is this
right.
program
I,
doing?
I you know, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, I don't know. All I can do is just speculate. Uh I with the new guys coming in, I don't know. Maybe they're just I don't letting the previous administration players get out. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You want the players to show some leadership and ownership, but you can't let them dictate the team in the way that the coaches and the head coaches should be doing. Uh, I
I'm gonna go to what everybody say because we compare ourselves to
oh here we
Nick
yep, yep,
Saban,
yep, yep,
Kirby,
yep, yep.
and Michigan. You think Jim Harbaugh, Kirby, and Saban are gonna let a player tell them when, how are they gonna play? That
Right.
doesn't happen at a real program, right? At a real program, the coach is gonna tell you, hey, if you're gonna I know it's 4th and 1, and you're going to run this wishbone, and we're going to burn your red shirt. That's what he do. I respect what JB did, but I don't respect what Mario is doing. To me, it's completely soft, and it's gonna be a trickle down effect, right? Because other players, and it's funny because if you hear Jacory's interview, he said, "Oh, I saw that Cam did this, and to get more money, I'm going to do that." TVDs did it, right? And it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. So what Mario did, he allowed bad behavior. He allowed bad culture. Now his little brothers, with TVD's little brothers, are going to do the same thing to Mario. And it's like everybody's like, "Oh, the culture is way better with Mario than with Manny." I'm like, it seems about the same or even worse.
Honestly, talking about oh yeah, I meant to talk about that IBIS thing real quickly on that. they've been changing the ibis since for the last 40 years. So, we all prefer the old school stuff, but screw it. Who cares? You don't have to do it. You don't have to wear it. You could do whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, I would really, you know, like I was talking about asking the questions and stuff. But it's like it's like you want to ask Mario, what the hell's going on, dude? You know what I'm saying? What is your end game? What are you trying? What is your process? It's like, what are you trying to achieve? You know what I mean? It's like, what are you thinking, so to speak? Uh, but yeah, it just seems like it's the same song, different dance for the last ever.
But I keep getting told, "Oh, Mario recruits hard. Mario has respect," and it's like, it doesn't seem like he has respect. It just seems
Right,
like he's a
right.
desperate coach that just keeps trying and trying and trying and doesn't get results. He's just you know,
I guess I mean, and look, Cuban, I completely appreciate and understand your frustration. Trust me, I do. My thing is, I'm just kind of, I mean, I'm not staying awake at night, sleepless or anything, but you have to wonder what is this? What is the process that we're supposed to trust? You know?
yeah, what's the plan?
Yeah, that's all. You know, uh, and and yeah, looking at what we know, yeah, he's flying around on his helicopters. Okay. And, bringing in, we got some good recruits coming in, got looks like some decent folks coming in through the portal. Uh, I mean, is this
But
his foundation
so, Jordan, I'm
or
confused because you have JB, right? He said that it's a rebuild,
he
but
did. He did.
Mario is getting a player that might have been drafted in the first couple rounds. So how are you going to rebuild with a NFL type of quarterback? I am confused.
Yeah, kind of put you back into that remodel mode.
Yeah. So
I mean,
our
it's like
expectations. So I mean, you might not remember last show. I said, "Oh, I'm expecting between 8 or 9 wins," but
mhm.
now it's like, okay, I should expect about 10 wins now, 10, 11 wins because you have his NFL quarterback. So let's go for a national championship.
Oh, and then, with the schedule dropping yesterday, I think it was. Uh, you know, the schedule looks very, very enticing.
Don't do that, Jordan. We do that
No,
every
no,
year.
no, 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 no,
Every
no, no,
year.
no, 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 no.
Every
This is
year.
no, no. I did not say 12-0. I'm not breaking any predictions. I'm just saying it looks enticing. It looks interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Workforce says very winnable. No, no, I'm not
Nope.
saying that. I'm not saying that. But you know, it's interesting. It really is. Oh,
Where I got a question for workforce. When we were in
go
the
ahead.
coastal, how many this is a winnable schedule times we've said that? I'm not, every year it's a winnable schedule. It's a winnable schedule. And we end up losing 3 to 4 games.
Right.
Everybody's saying we're going 10-2. You have to put another loss because this is for the last 20 some odd years, we've known to lose a dumb game. It's gonna happen. All right. And I refuse to say that this is an easy schedule. USF is going to give us trouble. UF is going to give us trouble. FSU is going to give us trouble. Louisville is going to give us trouble. Duke is going to give us trouble. I've just seen the history of this program, and I refuse to believe we're the 2001 Hurricanes where we're just blowing everybody out. and playing freshmen in the fourth quarters.
Now,
That's not the Miami program. That's the Miami program you and I grew up on, Jordan. But that's not this current,
no, no,
form of
no.
the
And
program.
and again, I said enticing. I didn't say winnable. I am not. I'm just saying it looks enticing. And what I mean is, I'm not venturing into the land of winnable, but it's enticing in that it is going to incubate, cultivate the talk that we always hear, you know. And again, I'm just, I agree with that it, it it's going to be interesting, for the longest time. And even the 2001 team, they had their speed bumps. Luckily, they just had enough talent to get over it. Case in point, that Boston College game.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that team was blowing everybody out.
Right. And
But
people keep forgetting when Mario took the job. Remember, oh, Miami's predicted to win the Coastal and go and play Clemson in the ACC championship game.
and
Right. And then then at the end of the year we had no talent. I'm like, so he went from predicting to go to the ACC championship game to having no talent. I'm
and
tired of this off season because, like I said, and it's funny because I said it's a rinse and repeat. Coach's gonna get fired. Nike, Adidas, the Nike Adidas became the Ibis thing. It's rinse and repeat every
well,
single year.
it's again, it's what I've talked about before. Don't believe the hype. I mean, all they're doing is, I mean, I don't know if the PR department at the athletic center at Miami, I don't know if they're paying these channels,
They
you
are.
know, these big corporate channels, I'll call them that. No disrespect, but
All
because
disrespect, they are. They
they,
clearly are.
they all start to spew and regurgitate basically the same thing at the
Yep.
same time.
Yep.
I picked up on that a while ago, you know,
Yep.
and it just, and the thing is, people, and I talked about being discerning, have some discernment on this crap.
Have some discernment. Yeah.
You have to, you can't, and that's why I have, and I try to promote. I mean, I try to promote everybody I can that does this YouTube stuff. That's why I have the Check It Out corner. But I like to diversify. In other words, I'm not going to sit here and listen to all these cats saying the same thing, because then it starts to mess with your head. You start thinking that way. But I would tell y'all, if you want to hear some real truth speaking, real passionate, very opinionated, very good, you got Ike in Israel over there at bottom of the map. Okay. You have Nitty G. He hasn't put anything out lately, but Nitty G. It's just these cats that speak their mind, kind of like what you're doing, what I'm doing, what all of
Yeah.
us are doing.
My
You know,
my two guys is you, Shad, Coach Hayes, Coop, and you talk. Everybody else, it's a rinse and repeat, and they
yeah,
just say the
yeah,
same thing, and it's like I can't. I had to unfollow them. I was like, I can't listen to you guys because you guys are. It's obvious. It seems like when something goes wrong, there's a check that goes out, and you guys repeat the same stuff, and it's like you're not, like you said, you have no discernment. You're not really viewing what it is, and it's like it's not. And it's like I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm trying to
right,
be objective, right? And I
right,
guess what
right,
this fan
right.
base is if you're objective, you're automatically assumed as a Manny fan. It's like, no, I have one thing that I'm who's my favorite coach? The
Who's
Miami Hurricane Ibis. I don't like any coach at Miami. Butch Davis left, Jimmy Johnson left, Schlendenberger left.
yeah,
I don't care about these coaches. I hate all of our coaches because they will leave at a certain. Look at Michigan. They are very sad. Look at Alabama. These coaches will leave. I love the program. I don't give a damn about these coaches. The hell with Manning. The hell with Mario, Rick, so on and so. I don't care. I care about the program, and a lot of these guys are fan of man instead of fan of the program, and I'm
Oh,
like,
most definitely.
and that just annoys me.
And that's what's so crazy is that, if you talk like you're talking, Cuban, if you talk like that on some of these other places, the fan police comes out real quickly, and they're taking you downtown, buddy.
On Twitter, but they won't debate me one on one because they would know they
Oh,
would
I know,
lose. They would
I know.
not debate me, right?
And
Because
again, if those fine folks want to think that way, that's fine. Think however you want to.
yeah,
But if somebody comes out with a different point of view or different opinion, then okay, that's fine too. There's no need in, you know, there's no need in everybody like okay. I'm gonna use you as an example, Cuban.
sure.
If you go over to I'm gonna pick Flow because that's what I
I
see on
can't
my paper.
stand. I can't. I
I'm just
don't.
I'm just I'm just using
Yeah, I know.
oh,
Yeah, I know.
hang on. I have to say, good evening, Miss Ellen. As you know, always a pleasure having you here. I do hope that Coach Hayes appreciates and values the hard work that you put in for that man. Okay. So, uh okay, so I'm just using Flow. There's no it's just what I see name there. Uh if you go over there with those cats, because everybody has their following in the chat. If y'all have been around long enough and paid attention, you know that everybody has their certain group of following people.
Yep.
And, if you come out Cuban and you put in something that's totally, if you'd have talked about what you said, if you kind of put that in the chat, oh, guess what? Everybody's going to gang up on you.
And that's fine.
It's like, no, 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 no. In other words, if you have a different opinion than the masses, they are just gonna exile you to the land of wherever. And that's what really, and that gets me back to these intellectually pompous assholes in these chats. And again, it is what it is. But me personally, I just get tired of, if I have a different opinion than the majority of them, don't come at me with this, where you proclaim yourself a better fan than I
All
am,
right. I hate that part.
Especially like, oh, well, I'm a season, they come out saying, well, I'm a season ticket holder.
Good for you.
I haven't missed a game since, I always, I go everywhere with the team. If you don't have season tickets or if you don't get to every game every year, then you're just not a real fan.
You want a cookie?
But and that just because not all of us live in the greater South Florida area, or but anyway, what I'm getting at is this is what I like about this. This is why I encourage all of you fine folks to come in here, because everybody, whether you agree with Cuban or not, people, it's like when you and oh crap,
Dub
what was
City.
that? What was it? Dub City.
Dub City.
Yeah. Good. I liked him.
Yeah.
Even
he
y'all
was very educational. He put me, he schooled me. He made me wrong. And I love that type of debate, right?
right.
I'm not always right. If I'm wrong and you have a good point, I'm man enough to say, you know what, I was wrong, you're right. And that's why I love Dub City. And I'm not gonna forget him, because he brought his point and he's like, very good point. No,
Yeah.
I don't hate you for what you said. It's like, I agree.
Oh yeah, and that's I'm not trying to get off topic with all this stuff, but see, that's you know, part of that off-season crap where, you know, I'm a season ticket holder. I'm right. You're not even in the state of Florida, so you're wrong. You know, especially when you question this stuff. But oh, here we go. I mean, because you know, as you know, Cuban, I didn't even know who was on the defensive roster the other day. So, you know, I don't know why I'm even wasting my time with this Miami
Who is
stuff.
this guy on this Shad 1419? I don't know that guy. I know the guy on Twitter is different from the guy on the show. That guy on the show yesterday was hold. Well, he tricked everybody. He said he was going live, but that was a pre-recording, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, so he
that's,
fooled all of us. So
I was yeah.
I have a bone. I like Shad, the Twitter guy. I don't like Shad, the YouTube guy. Those are two different people. Shad, the YouTube guy, is a very friendly, political, not objective. He's just a very nice, calm guy. Shad on Twitter, that's a good guy. That's two different people there.
Yeah, but when the rubber meets the road and you have to look at them face to face on the video, it's a whole different ball game.
Man, that's true.
You know. But yeah, I don't know if Shad was in here or y'all were. I don't know who. There was only a few of us in here at the time, but I was talking about you know, Shad had said he was gonna, or he posted that he was gonna go live at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I was sitting here ready to go to see what was gonna happen. And you know, it got, you know, 5 after, 10 after, 15 after, 5:30. Where's the professor at? I guess class is canceled. You know, didn't even offer any waiting room music.
No water.
Didn't even put a sign on the door.
No water. No nothing.
Nothing. Just left us hanging. You know, but I can't do it with a straight face. I'm sorry. But he did go to Coach Hayes' Hayes Street though at 6 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
7. Yeah, he was there. You know, he was there. I'm just messing with you, Shad. But so yeah, talking about this Mario thing. I guess my opinion on it is, I guess overall, I'm just cautiously optimistic on all this stuff. In other words, I want the team to be successful, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Okay. You know, and with Mario, you know, I don't know. You know, I thought with, you know, I'm not going to say I fell into the trap or drank the Kool-Aid or bathed in the Kool-Aid. But
John, I have a question for you. What is culture? What is your definition of culture? I don't know what culture is. I struggle with this term. What is culture?
guess who's coming through the back door? But we're gonna make this guy wait.
No, let him on. Let him on.
No. He is gonna wait. I sat here and waited. I had my ticket. I waited.
No, put him on.
I waited to go to the concert. I was sitting out there in the rain.
I think you just talk to your CEO and figure out if your CEO, because you can't talk back to your CEO, right? So ask your CEO to, you know, if we should bring on this next host, this, you know, and we'll go about that.
Well, I don't know. I guess I can forgive him. He's a good guy. You know, he may have, you know, whoa. Check this out. Shots fired. Miss Ellen says, let his ass wait the same way you waited for him.
I can't. That's overruled. The judge overruled. That's a judge. I can't do nothing about the judge. Sorry, ma'am. You know, I'm not trying to go to jail here. The judge said that. Hey, that's what the judge said.
Oh man, where'd he go? Now he done went blank. There he is. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The person that we are talking about is now watch. I'm gonna bring him on. No, he wants 2 spots. Oh snap! He wants 2 chairs.
Yeah, because one is probably a Twitter person and one is a YouTube person.
All right. So, wow, hang on. Ellen seems a little disgruntled this evening with Shad.
She was watching Game of Thrones or something.
I must have. All right. Without further ado, on my channel here, I try to I let people know if I'm not happening or whatever. But without further ado, I would like to introduce to everybody the one, the only YouTube my quarterback can dunk. Oh hell, he's got his shades on tonight, Cuban.
Well, he's gonna need it.
What's going on, Shad? How you doing, man?
Can't hear you.
He'd never sound better. Yeah, you're muted, buddy. We can't hear you, dude.
Oh.
Okay, then. He got him a new hat, got him some sunglasses. Okay, let's try this again. He's not connected. I guess the
Alan pulled the plug.
Yeah. I guess, we talk about Coach Hayes and his dial up. I guess I don't know.
He has a rotary phone. He probably doesn't even have a rotary phone.
Man, I hated those rotary phones because if you miss one number,
you miss one number, you had to start all over.
Oh, and especially when people had those numbers that had the 7, 8, and 9 and the 0.
And if
if they had the 1 or 2,
and if your finger was too fat, good luck.
Oh man, look. Oh man. Oh,
this is not. You can tell how you can tell how old people are. They talk about old stuff.
And it's funny you say that because a lot of things like my opening song, I had Rumors by the Timex Social Club because I was kind of using the rumors for the stuff we were talking about, the way all these people talk and spread rumors and stuff, and I started thinking, I'm like, damn, I don't think most of these cats were alive or were too young to remember that.
Yeah, it's kind of scary sometimes.
But you know what? That's their fault, not mine. I'm gonna still do what I do. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, can you talk to?
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, here we go.
All right, good.
All right, Chad, defend yourself, brother.
What did I do? What am I defending myself for?
Well, you're just very nice on your YouTube video, and you lied to us. Said you're going live, and you were it was a recorded video, and it was at night. We're in the chat replying and texting, and Shad is just going all the way through, and it's like Shad, Shad the YouTube guy, Shad the Twitter guy, 2 different people.
I'm a chameleon. You gotta be able to fit in with everybody.
What the thing about a chameleon, I used to ask people, this is a long time ago, do you want to be a zebra or do you want to be a chameleon? And what I was getting at was, at the first sign of danger or trouble, that chameleon changes color so he can be out of it. But the zebra never changes his stripe no matter how many lions attack. He's in there for what it is. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the chameleon.
So Shad, what's your? I guess I don't know if you heard what I said. What's your feedback or comments?
I mean, on what part you said so much
on Mario Cristobal being a big B?
You know what, Cuban? I'm glad you said that because I am getting so tired of them resharing that old clip of him yelling at the player
Oh
from Oregon.
yeah,
I am
yeah.
tired. I am tired of seeing that. That guy is not here anymore. He could do that because that guy didn't have any money.
Right.
He's not gonna do that to nobody at Miami. So it is what it is.
Oh
My
yeah.
just like I said, my just disappointment. And I don't know if you said this, Shaq. It's like I don't know the direction of this program. I don't. I am completely lost. What are we doing here? Because we're gonna have another year of a QB telling the coach what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. You know,
Hey,
Cam. Go ahead.
hey, and you know what's so funny about this, right? Because everyone has their eggs. Oh, Luke Nickel. So, do y'all think that if Luke Nickel comes to the University of Miami, it's gonna be because he just likes orange and green? No.
No,
No.
no.
Everybody know what Cam Ward and TVD got paid. So y'all have set that market, and with inflation, that number has to go up. So
Oh yeah.
Luke Nickel has a whole other year to look at this, and either Miami you either gonna pay the piper or he's gonna go to Georgia, Alabama, Ohio. Well, he can't go to Ohio State. They pretty locked and loaded, but he'll go to somewhere else. So
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? I had this debate with somebody. If I was a freshman quarterback, I would not go to a Power Five school. I will go to a lower level school, get
that's
my
smart.
numbers up, and then transfer to a big school and make millions of dollars. Because think about it, if you're a freshman quarterback, you're not gonna play, right? They're gonna
Yeah,
bring in a transfer player. So I will go to a East Carolina, right? Go out there and if I was the number one QB in the nation, I will go to East Carolina, throw for 10,000 yards, and then I'll get a $10 million contract from some dumb school X and go to the NFL.
well,
There's
well, look at the route that the shirtless dunking wonder did. You know, he went. Oh, he done left.
he
Well, I was
took.
going to say the
Yeah,
shirtless dunking wonder. You know, he was at he was at Albany. You know, and but yeah, I mean that's an excellent point. You know, why not go into the minor leagues, so to speak,
yeah. Why not?
build your brand,
Yep.
and then okay, let's hit the market. You know,
They gonna pay you.
and you know it's a good point. Let's bring him back here. All right, there he is. You know, yeah, I mean, why not? Why not do why like why as I mean this could be the changing tide of college football, but why not go to a smaller school, go in the minor leagues, build your brand, get your stock built up, and go to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Workforce, how you doing, man? What can you add to this conversation?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Workforce is about to
Doing
get
good. Haven't heard
It's
from
gonna
you
get
in a while.
interesting now because Workforce is talking a lot of trash on the comments. So let's hear you, Workforce. Let's go. Let's do this.
We
about to
got
get
receipts. Where do you
serious.
guys want to start?
You've been talking that out trash on the comments, so it's your show. What do you agree or disagree with? Because I see you. They said, "Oh, got to give Mario 10 years in order to bring his
You got
give it time and be patient." So we're being patient, but we had a freshman quarterback or a redshirt freshman quarterback say that well, we're still rebuilding when this is third year. So I don't know how much time we're supposed to. I mean, Shad asked me how much time is it going to take, and I said 12 years. I was joking, but it might look like 12 years. So, you know,
got
Oh, now we're joking. I'm just joking. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Uh so I'm gonna ease. Let's ease these guys into the water a little bit. So, since Shad was here first, no disrespect, Workforce, but since Shad finally got here and talked to us, so Shad, give us your edited, condensed opinion. I know you chuckling. Give us what your thought about the Jakari video, did you maybe see some body language that we didn't see that may have been signaling people something?
No,
What do you think?
no, I'm not a body language expert. I wasn't I wasn't checking for that. I wanted to see what he was saying. So
I know.
what I took away from the interview is simply that the staff may got a little butt hurt because the young man wore the red shirt after y'all messed over him the previous year, and the someone made matter of fact it was Workforce made mention of the text message that he sent out, before the bowl game, saying that, hey, now y'all want to come holler at me now, when you really didn't study me during the season. So, it just says a lot. But to be objective, he was a Manny recruit. Just to be objective.
But he did lie in his interview saying that the culture's changed. He's only had one coach. So how does he know if the culture has changed or not? And that's
Uh,
the math that was not mathing.
no, he said because the guys are not complaining about, lifting weights anymore.
I mean, who was that? I mean, he's only been under one coach.
Hey, I guess
That's the
Manny's
math
got
is. I mean,
Manny's got
I don't know if that's true because you had a Jalen Phillips that came in Miami weighing 120 pounds and
you
came out
right.
of here looking like, you
Him
know,
and Russo. Him and
and
Russo.
Russo. Yeah. So again, this is where I call bullshit, right?
Wait a
Uh,
minute. Wasn't it under no. I take
yeah,
that back. Never mind.
yeah,
Never
it
mind.
was on the
I was
man.
gonna
Yeah,
no, what I was gonna say, wasn't it under
Rick.
the last strength and conditioning coach? Guys were breaking records lifting,
I
but
guess so. I guess so. But we
somebody
At
look
least
broke
slower.
that's
somebody
what they
broke a power
told us.
clean.
But we
Somebody broke
look
a
slower
power.
and weaker. So I don't know.
I mean, those were Manny's guys.
Yeah. Sorry,
All right.
workforce. Yeah, go ahead,
No, no.
workforce. Sorry.
All right, Workforce. I'm gonna let you come on in. So I'll ask you. I'll ask you the same thing, Workforce. What did you take from it? What's your interpretation? Did you notice how he was how they didn't show Cam's feet, Jakari's feet, so he may have been that nervous twitching. We didn't see that. Uh, he did kind of mess with those headphones a little bit. I'm being funny about that because it's coming. Y'all know it's coming. All right, Workforce, talk to us. What did you think about it, or any rebuttal responses to Cuban?
Nope. The only thing I can say is I haven't seen the whole interview. I only saw pieces of it from what NMD said. So I can't comment on the whole entire interview.
And I was the same way because I didn't get a chance. I mean, Miss Ellen, thank you for DMing me the link to the video, but I didn't watch anybody's. I watched no, and even including Chad. I didn't watch anybody's review of the video. I watched the video first because I didn't want my thinking and opinions to be compromised. And like I said, I watched it. He seemed like a good kid, very smart, very intelligent, very honest without being disrespectful. But I would really like to know, what did he not tell us? What kind of juicy dirt does he have on people? You know what I mean? But anyway,
Yeah, let me make a comment about that. I was going to CV, right? CV was on Twitter Spaces, right? and they're like, "Oh, we would have protected the kid, blah 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 blah. We would have edited things out." And it's like you do know when you do that, right? There's certain things like if there's an injury, something like that, you edit it out, right? But what I don't like, because okay, so I've coached premier high school AU teams, right? I don't do it anymore because I'm retired, whatever. But what's happening with these players? Their personality is being taken away. The media cannot see these kids' personalities and things of that nature. When they have these interviews with Kane's media, they're very buttoned up, and it's like this is not improving your marketability, right? Being square, being that's not gonna get you more money, right? When I coach these kids and I told them whenever you speak to the media, be yourself. Don't listen to the HR guy, not the HR guy, the media guy, because they're doing things to protect the program. But you have to protect your brand. Each of these players are their brand. I love what JB did. He was himself. He talked about his autism. He and that was not autism. His
The ADHD.
yes,
Yeah.
ADHD, and
Yeah,
that was
something like that.
amazing, right? It was
Yeah.
like he really showed the person that he is, and I hate that. This is the problem that I have with particular Kane's media. They mute stuff. It's like they censor stuff, and it's like you're robbing the kid from their personality, their name, image, and likeness. There's a reason why there's name, image, and likeness. All of these guys are not button up, collar up. Because what my favorite Kane player is Edgerrin James. He got drafted by the Colts. They told him no before getting drafted by the Colts. Like you got to take a goatee file. He's like, no, I'm not going to take my goatee file. This is who I am. You're going to accept me the way that I am or not. And what it seems like a lot of these Canes, Twitter and YouTube people, they want to remove the personality of these players, and I hate that. Hate that with the passion. I love what JB did. It was raw, real, non-edited, and it's like it just made him better, put a lot of pressure on him, but he knows he has to perform now. So he knows his best has to come out versus him being, afraid and timid. So I just love what he did.
All right, workforce. Talk to us, buddy. Give us your opinions. Don't be afraid. I know you're not. Uh-oh. There he
Hang
is.
on, give me 1 second. I
No,
got
no,
it.
you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Do your thing.
So with JB, we've known that he wanted to be a Kane. He said he wanted to be a Kane. He stuck it out. You can't question that he doesn't want to be here. The guy literally bleeds orange and green. There's not much more to it other than that. And everybody's saying that he didn't want to put in the work, that he was going to jet. He's proven them wrong twice already.
And that's the thing that got my goat right there is, before this interview, everybody was bashing this poor kid. Just bashing him. Can't throw, can't this, can't do anything. But now that he's come out with the video, everybody wants to sing his praises. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're talking talking good about it, but don't, because as soon as something goes wrong, they're going to go right back. Just like the Cam Ward. I mean, let's be honest. Cam Ward's going to start next year regardless. Don't matter how good. It doesn't matter how good Jakari does. It doesn't matter if Poffenbarger does a Dominique Wilkin windmill dunk. Okay. For those who don't know, Dominique Wilkins was a player for the Atlanta Hawks. And back in the day, him and Jordan and Spud Webb and all, they used to go in the dunking championship all the time. Anyway.
But hold on, Jordan. But I was told that Mario is a disciplined, hard nosed. Every position is going to be earned, not given. What happened to that pitch that I was sold from all these Canes people in these Canes meetings? I'm calling them out. Damn it, I don't give a damn.
Well, the thing is, there's a saying that preceded that a long time ago that, money talks and bullshit walks. And, you know, they spent all that money on Cam, allegedly. I don't know what the dollar amount was, but, you know, you spend all that money and then not counting all the, you know, all the enticing promotional restaurants and Rick Ross's and all this to get the young man here, you know. Basically Miami, the athletic department hoard themselves out
I,
to
I'm
get
I'm
the man, get
I'm
the kid here.
laughing. I'm laughing because again, the Canes majority of the Canes fan base, Mario's he doesn't like all the flashy stuff, but he's having dinners at Prime 112, flying in these big time helicopters to these
Yeah.
high school
eh,
buildings, right? But the chain is too flashy. It's you know what?
Well,
This is the where the bullshit doesn't really tie together. I'm like, you know,
again,
you're telling me all this bullshit, but it doesn't. This is I'm not seeing you're pitching to me. It's not making any sense.
okay. Now, this kind of leads us to where I kind of wanted to start this show before the I had this idea before Jakari did his video, but so and I'm gonna start with Shad, then we'll go to Workforce and then Cuban. Uh I was kind of hoping to get a few more people in here. We could do like the Brady Bunch, but y'all probably don't remember that. Uh I mean, I thought Marsha was hotter than shit. I mean, she wasn't, you know, Hillary Banks, but she was all right. Uh okay, so Shad, if you had the chance, if you were sitting there at the table, you know, at your house, or if you're at the truck stop or whatever, and Mario's standing there and you have the opportunity to talk to him, what would be one of the questions or two that you would ask him?
Do you want me to answer this seriously, or do you just want me to um, answer it foolishly?
Well,
Try, try to
what
see where we're
here's what I want.
going.
I mean, we can sit here and we can say whatever that, you know, oh, we got Coach Hayes in the building. What's up, Coach? But what I'm saying is let's be real with this. Okay. Let's just be real.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
It's like you stop, you want you a bear claw and a cherry icy at the truck stop. And you going back to then you see Mario in the parking lot and you talk to him. And honestly, let's be honest now. No, let's not do any. I mean, if you want to be foolish, that's fine. But honestly, what would you do? What would you say? What would you ask? What would Shad do in that situation?
I can go if
Well,
you want me to.
okay, well, the first
I,
question I would ask is, what type of team is he trying to build? What is the template for the model, right? I don't you can't say the template is the '01 Hurricanes or anything like that, because that cannot be replicated. So that would be my first question. What is the template that you're trying to follow in terms of, putting this team together? You know what I mean? Offensively and defensively. The second question that I would ask, and I'm sure probably wouldn't get any honesty on either one of the answers, is, do you feel like you want to be a team that is you want a team that is more offensively driven, or do you want a team that's more defensively driven? Now, obviously, those sound like the same question based on the template, but I'm really asking from a template standpoint, just the look and the feel of the team. And then this particular question is just more so about, okay, what is it going to be the identity? What is the team going to be known for? Is it going to be known for offense, or is it going to be known for defense? So I'll say that.
that was good. All right. Workforce. What would you do? What would you ask? What would you say? What would happen?
Probably the one that everybody wants to hear. Did he meddle with the playbook in any way or the play calling? We get that from everyone. I really don't know what to believe anymore. I have an idea, but
Well,
everybody says that he tinkered with it, that he handicapped Dawson.
our theory, conspiracy theory, is Mirabel's calling the plays. But anyway, go back.
Mirabal hasn't called an offensive play since he was in high school. Actually, scratch that. Never mind. He went on to from high school. He went to coach at some garbage university, and he was there for a while.
I got a question for you. Why does the offense look the same since Oregon?
Are you? Is that? Are you asking workforce or is that?
I'm asking workforce that question. I'm asking workforce. Workforce. Why does the offense look the same since Oregon?
I didn't watch Oregon, so to be honest, I can't comment on that. But
all right. Anything else you would ask in West Coast? I mean, workforce. You got me.
I want to probably ask him how bad was it when he took over, and where we are now. I feel like he gets a bad rap for some things, and we just don't really know how bad it was when he took over. And some things are changing, but others have not changed. But I think we're at the point now where some of the stuff that hasn't changed or is changing very slowly is outnumbering what has changed. Just get a State of the Union from him directly.
Workforce. I have a question. What do you think? What that was bad?
I'm sorry, Cuban. This is my time to ask questions.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
I'm joking, bro. Go. Hey, ask away, because I am seriously anticipating what you would ask him, Cuban. So go ahead, Cuban. Ask workforce a question.
Yeah, workforce. What do you think Mario would say that was wrong with the program?
Okay, so let's go back to what you were talking about earlier. Something about not being a disciplinarian, right? Or that he's allowing certain things to slide.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it's possible that he has to let certain things slide because we really don't have an option?
Yes, he does have an option. He has a bunch of freshman players that that he could have played. He doesn't have
that
to.
now. We didn't have that option last year.
Yeah, he had him last year. He had him last year, the year before. I mean, you went 5-7 and 7-7, whatever it was, 7-6 and 7-5, right? You could have played young players and lost with the young players and quote unquote changed the culture. He had the opportunity. If he thought something was wrong, he could have made that change. And he has, and that's what QB says. He has $80 million. Who's holding him back?
Fair enough.
So and to answer Jordan's question, if I were to meet Mario, I would tell him, stop being a puss, number one, and then I'll ask him, are you scared of anything? What are you scared of? Why are you being very, you talk this tough man game in the press conference, but when it comes to the games, you're scared, you're soft, you're not aggressive. What are you scared of anything? Are you okay? Because it's just like you're not. It's what you're spitting to us and what we're seeing. It's not equating, right? And it's something what Shad said. Like, what's the plan? What do you want to do with the program? Do you want to be aggressive? Do you want to be passive? Do you want to be strong, weak? Whatever it is. But my biggest thing, I'll tell Mario, It's like, be stand on your own. Don't let these players run you. Don't let these. If a quarterback is telling you, you either give me more money or I'm going to Bama. Well, I got JB and Garcia here. That's fine. I'll deal with that. If JB tells you, I want a red shirt, okay, I'll play a walk on, right? Because you're just letting the players run you. So my biggest thing I'll tell Mario is stop being a puss. Be a man. You're a Kane. You're a '90s Kane, right? You're an aggressive Kane, and you're letting these players do these things to you. So yeah, sorry for being long winded.
Well, honestly, I think y'all are all full of shit.
That's fine.
I think y'all are all wrong.
That's fine.
Joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. And see, and those are the. This is kind of a little experiment I'm doing, but that's kind of what I expected. Now, me, first thing I'm doing, I'm busting. Hey, bro, you want to give me a shout out on the video for my YouTube channel? You want to do that for me? Can you give a shout out to the Entertainment of Foolishness posse, please? You mind doing that, sir? And then I'm like, my next question is, so, bro, what are you drinking, dude? What do you put in your cup? Let's go get some and have a fun time. Let's go sit around and I get them loosened up. Okay, get those defense mechanisms lowered, and then I start asking questions. But no, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, because let's be honest, guys. Even if it was Dawson or Gidry or whoever, they're not gonna. Well, hopefully they would give you the time of day. Okay, because I hate to see Shad waste that cherry icy on, be on the news and all over YouTube and Twitter for throwing red cherry icy on Mario. You know, ah, but it is what it is. Anyway,
And for the I don't know who's watching this or whatever, but I rode my bike to University of Miami when he got the job, and I did speak to him once upon a time.
oh yeah,
So yeah, right outside the heck. So it was yeah, it was interesting. But like I said, that person that I met and the person I see now, it's not the same person. Um,
and but in all seriousness though, probably one of the questions I would ask him though, seriously, is how do you deal or what do you do to deal with all this hype? And what I mean is, of course, we don't know what is going on behind closed doors. We don't know what's being said. I've said that 1,000 times, but I would just have to ask, kind of like with Shad, in relation to the direction, what is your end game? What is your timeline? What is your timetable? What is the process that we're supposed to trust?
well, hold on 1 second to answer QB. No, I didn't roll up on him. There's a track on. I work out at the track, and I don't know how to say this. If you're a different complexion in that neighborhood, you stand out, if you know what I mean. So that's why, it was a little bit early and he was there early. So I did not roll up on Mario. It's just I was there, on time before everybody was there early in the morning, and yeah.
What was it? Rolled up or rolled on or rolled over?
No, just riding
Just
my
joking.
bicycle, and
I'm
I
joking.
just, I put my bicycle and he just short talk, but that's it. Nothing out of this world. But I
Oh,
didn't
this
roll up
is
on Mario.
so Miss Katie, another Mario fan that we have on the channel. You guys are turning workforce into a circular fires. Oh no. We just, you know, just because we disagree or have different opinions, we're not picking on workforce. And I know workforce knows that. And workforce, please don't feel intimidated. I don't think we're ganging up on. We just some difference of opinions. That's all.
I'll,
You know.
I'll get workforce blood rolling. He's a Columbus guy. That's why Columbus guys are not tough guys. They're nice little preppy rich kids out there in Columbus. So he's not gonna. He has
What
no bite. He's a Columbus guy.
Well, I mean, whatever y'all say, okay, because I don't have a clue of uh
The Miami
the
high school scene.
I don't know the gang rumblings and the all that's I don't know. I say gang, that was a joke, but no, anyway. But yeah, again, like, and even if it was Dawson or Gidry, it would honestly, I would just have to ask what are y'all trying to achieve? Again, not to keep harping on Shad, but what's your end game? What's your process that we have to trust? What is, what where are you trying to be this time next year, this time 2 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I would ask Mario, what's so fancy about this Cuban coffee, dude? Is it like an espresso from South Florida? Because I've had some. Maybe it wasn't, I was, when I went down there for a game a while back, I had some, and it kind of tasted like my dark roast pot that I make here at home every morning before I go. No disrespect. I'm not disrespect. I'm just like, I like my coffee straw. That's the way I've always drank it. Now, of course, fine folks in Mississippi, they like to put a little lemon in their coffee. They use that extra light roast. Okay. Uh joking with you, Shad, joking with you. But no, I mean, because you hear all this talk about the him and his Cuban coffee, his whatever what's the term they give it? The cafanito,
Cafecito.
cafecito. Okay. You know, I just kind of wonder, oh, faith, family, and football, F to the third power. What's up, dude? But I just, I would like to, I would say, hey, let me make you a pot of dark roast here. See what it compares to. But anyway, because I'm always told I make my coffee too strong anyway. But yeah, yeah, very good, very good. Of course, I figured, Cuban and workforce, y'all are a hell of a lot closer to Mario and them than we are. But all this started from when I told the story about the guy in the checkout line at the Walmart that I had my Miami hat on. He said, "Yeah, that my coach. That's my coach." And I thought, "Oh my gosh, is Shad in this Walmart behind me?" So I slowly turned around, expecting to see a dark-skinned, handsome young man. Nah, it wasn't. But and that's why I'm saying it got me thinking. If I was to see him, what would I do? First off, I hope I don't turn into a fanboy, which I probably wouldn't. But I would definitely say, "Hey, bro, let's get a little video together." Oh, so let's move on from that. Appreciate y'all playing that game. Y'all did good. Okay, so the next thing. So I'm hearing Tim Harris has gone to UC has accepted the offensive coordinator job at Central Florida. Can y'all verify that for me?
Yeah, I think that happened.
I don't want to get bashed by Shad saying I'm lying and spreading untruths. Because, he took the sunglasses off and turned the hat around. So we got Party Shad with us now. So I guess to kind of cool the embers of the Jakari video, now everybody's probably going to start being geared towards who the replacement for Mr. Harris should be. And he was the running back coach, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'm maintaining my Canes card. I ain't got a defensive roster, but I know who the running backs coach is. Okay. So anybody, and y'all can jump in however you want to. But it's for everybody, and of course the chat also. But I mean, right now, what do y'all think? Just what do y'all think? Who do you think?
Well, that running back position, coach position, it seems it doesn't matter who that coach is. It's they've been recruiting good. This is my thing with Miami. At Miami, we always recruit well at Miami. We're doing. I don't know if I don't know if we're doing better now. I'm not going to fall into the trap of like, oh, we're the number 5 recruit ranked recruiting class, because at once upon a time we had the number 1 recruiting class, and that didn't show anything. So I'm not going to trust these rankings, right? I trust the developments. So at the running backs coach, it doesn't. If you think about it, our past running backs coach have brought in good running backs. It's just that's a position of it doesn't matter who the coach is, unfortunately, because it's running backs, and running backs have been devalued in football. So I that's a position that, to be honest, I would not fill. I will fill another position because it's been consistent. We recruit good running backs. I can't remember the last time we recruited a bad running back.
Who wants to go next?
I thought it was boss.
Talk to me, workforce. Anybody you can think of?
Who do we have before?
He went to Duke. Forgot his name.
No, the one before Manny. The one that we had
under Rick. He's
under Rick.
he's a assistant. He's the offensive coordinator at the Rams. I forgot his name. Brown. Thomas Brown.
The players loved him, and they liked him.
Yeah, but he's an NFL offensive coordinator. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Anyone, as long as we're not running Mario Power left and Mario Power right.
We're
Run
running
outside of the tackles.
we're running.
Oh yeah, and we're going to go up the middle about 20 times.
Yeah, we're doing that.
It's gonna work.
Oh, I got a question for Shad.
I don't have
think
that.
I got a question for Shad. You think Mario? I mean, you think Mario's gonna go to his champion? He won the championship last year. You think he's gonna go back over there?
What do you mean?
We won the championship this year, right?
Yeah,
You
we
think
did.
Mario's gonna go back to the school where he won the championship at?
Nah.
It's an opening,
I don't think.
and they run his style.
I don't.
He'll be a perfect fit at Michigan.
No.
Could you imagine
I don't
the
think-
hysteria that would
Oh.
ensue?
Oh.
I mean, no.
there'll
I
be
mean,
people- there will
I
be
don't want to
people
get off
crying.
this. I don't want to get off this question. Well, first, before we get into that, okay, Shad, your
I mean,
choice.
Again, you know what? People throw names out there, and what's interesting to me is we have Jamil, Aday, however you pronounce his last name. He was a strong recruiter. He was once a running back coach. Obviously, he played defensive back. He was a strong recruiter at Cincinnati, as a running back coach, and then he switched back over to defensive back, got over to Georgia. I say that to say this. It doesn't matter who the running back coach is.
Yep.
Like Cuban said, that wide receiver coach and defensive back coach, your job is just to be the cool guy on staff and be a recruiter. Don't take very much to coach running backs. Don't take very much to coach receivers. Don't take very much to coach defensive backs. I don't mean to say that to diminish those guys, but that's just the way I look at those 3 position groups. That your job is to get the best player possible, and if you're able to do that, then you're successful. So that's the way I look at it. So it doesn't matter.
I disagree with all y'all because Clinton Portis is going to come back. They're going to hire Clinton Portis as the running backs coach.
Yes.
But no, but seriously though, I agree. I mean, I just wanted to throw that out there because it happened, and we're going to be first here to talk about it. But
you know what? But this is what's throwing me off though. This was throwing me off to kind of expound on this. He was a co-offensive coordinator at UCF before he left and came over here. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly has changed. That's Gus Malzahn's offense. He's going to run his offense. You're just going to be the figurehead, which is why Rhett Lashley ended up leaving Auburn. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly are you seeking or looking to gain. Now I'm happy
All right,
that
Shad.
you're
Stop
getting.
stop beating around the bush, Shad. People don't like Mario. That's pretty much don't beat around
I'm
the bush.
I'm not I'm
People don't
not
like people don't
I'm
like
not.
Mario. He's not like that, man. He's not that type of dude that you wanna he overworks his he just
Now I can.
he's not
You know what,
Remember,
Cuban?
Mario's a quarterback
I'll
killer.
say that. I'll say that, Cuban. I'll say that the work that he expects is probably more than what guys will like. I'm not gonna say they dislike Mario. I just like you said, yeah, I would say he probably overworked him. But I'm just saying, what was the reason to make a? I'm not even gonna say a lateral move to go backwards to come down here to be the running back coach, no offensive coordinator title, and now you're going to be the offensive coordinator to run Gus Malzahn's offense. So I don't know if he feels like, hey, look, maybe I can finagle me a head coaching job at a G5 level or something. So, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. It comes out of left field, you know, because it's
Oh,
like
I mean, I'm sure he's
you got to lower the room.
probably getting a pay raise. Probably looks at it as
uh,
a stepping stone to further his career, whatever his life plan is. I like that life plan. I need to start a seminar on that.
I
I
don't.
mean,
A
this
videotape
is
series.
the second
But
time that this is the second time that running backs coach has left. Right, it was his first running backs coach. Now this running backs coach again. All
what
right.
you what Jakar basically told you why Kevin Smith had to go because he was an a-hole from the get go. He had to go. He
Well,
got
I
to go.
mean, if you
well,
play,
I mean,
coaches are I mean, I have not been a coach that wasn't an a hole. That's part of the game. That's
The,
the
the
business you join, right?
the way him and Devin Perry spoke about Kevin Smith, he had to be an
Man,
absolute menace. Hey, but you know what, Cuban? You know what, Cuban? Because like I said, we're gonna keep it a buck. The same individuals were a bended knee swallowing this man when it was said, "Oh, Kevin Smith is gonna come in and be so tough, and that's what they need. They need to break the softness."
right. That's
change
what I'm
And
the
then,
culture.
confused. Yeah,
and
Change
then
the
when Kevin
culture.
Smith leaves, when he leaves, oh, see, you're too tough on the guys. You didn't approach it the right way, and whoop de woo. And by all accounts, Tim Smith was nothing like Kevin Smith in terms of just the persona. So these people, I'm surprised that some of these people are able to memorize the route to work every day with the way that they change their minds. They jump from one side of the street to the other side of the street and just continue to walk as if I've been going this way the entire time.
well, Shad, that comes from the top. That comes from the leadership,
Hey,
right?
but
The
you know,
lead,
Well,
it's just like the country, right? It's whatever company you work for,
but let me
whatever your CEO, your CFO, or whatever their narrative is, and if people are not respecting it, then what's going on? There's just no. It comes from the top. I'm sorry, Shad. Go ahead.
no. What I was gonna say is because y'all make jokes, and a lot of people have told me that to say I'm a different person on fans
Twitter,
and
yeah.
and and on YouTube. But the reason why is because I'm not. I could go on my YouTube channel, randomly pick out individuals that have things that I don't like, and I could give them attention. I don't want to give you attention on my channel. I'm gonna give you the attention where I saw it. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on the message board. I'm not gonna bring that attention over to YouTube. Now, if South Coast had one of those guys here on this channel, you know, that was a little bit more Mario centric than Workforce is, then you'll see Twitter shade. You'll see message board shade. But that person doesn't have to come out because by and large, we're all objective here and I don't have to be that person.
Facts.
So
and I was going to say, and I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I mean, I could understand your perception on that, Cuban. Uh, Thinking that it's the Mario effect. I don't know.
he's
You know,
probably working the guys too hard. I can agree
I
with
mean, it could be. It
But
very well could
yeah,
be.
but Shad
I
brought
just
up but Shad brought up a good point. It's like this is what I'm not understanding with this program. I hear these Canes people saying, "Oh, Mars is a disciplined, tough coach guy," and it's like, but you're complaining about what's the Maryland the OC, the old OC, what's his name?
Josh,
Gaddis.
Um, you're complaining about Gaddis too tough on us. Kevin Smith is too, and it's like, hold on. I thought you guys didn't want the players' coach lounge, beach lounge at practice, you know. But now this guy's a hole. He's too tough. I don't. I'm not understanding the message of this program, right? And it's and again, it comes from the top. You're saying this, and going back to Joy's question, my question: why is this program so inconsistent when it comes to the messaging? The messaging is not coming through. If these players do not like these tough coaches, get out of here. Don't, I am not gonna fire or tell a coach to leave because he's being too tough on my players, right? Because now you probably had the other running back coach being too nice. So it's like you're just giving out mixed signals.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it just, I guess it just depends on what a lot of folks are used to, and it also probably depends on where, who's saying what about what, if, I mean, because, players, and even, back to our early comparison when we first started talking about the boss and the sweeping up and stuff, you know, I've had plenty of assholistic bosses. I've had plenty of you could just walk over them if you want to. But what I'm getting at is when it comes to coaching, and we've all played sports and stuff. I mean, you're gonna have that coach. You're always gonna have that. And of course, the players or whoever are going to say, "Well, he's really too tough," and yeah. But as long as they still, as a team, go out there and play for them and do their best, do your thing, because you have those, like I said, you have these coaches that players, they'll curse them under their breath, they'll despise them for practices and despise them for this, but once the lights come on and the game is started, they'll run through brick walls for that dude, man. But again, I don't know. I'm 1,000 miles away. Cuban and Workforce, y'all are a hell of a lot closer. So, I don't know. I'm sure there'll be plenty of speculation around this. What do you think, Workforce?
I'm sorry, I had to take a call really quickly.
no,
Can
it's
you
okay.
repeat what you were just talking about?
Well, Cuban was saying, and he makes a very good point that with these coaches leaving, it's because of Mario being too difficult to work with. What do you think? Not saying is Cuban right or wrong, but what's your thoughts on that?
What the hell?
He's not the easiest person to work with because he is a hard ass. Believe it or not, what people think. That guy screams Jarhead just when you look at him. I mean, I was there at FIU when he was there.
Oh, classmates.
No. So he's about 20 years older than I am, but when I was an undergrad, he was there as a head coach.
Okay, yeah.
You look at him and he screams Jarhead. But I mean, we know that he's not the easiest person in the world to deal with.
Now with all this being said so far, I mean, we're almost 2 hours in. But with all this that we have discussed tonight, do y'all think, because Jakari was talking about how Georgia has the established process. They have their system is set. Okay. Alabama, well, it was, but they have their system is set. In other words, this is our game plan. This is how we operate business. Here's how it is, and it works. Okay. Now, I may have gotten the wording wrong, but y'all know what I'm saying. Oh, so I guess honestly, does Mario, does Miami, do they get do they make it to that plateau?
That message there was a little bit confusing as well. I thought we were building that, right? So why is Georgia light years away from us? I don't know. Was he talking about facilities? Was he talking about the infamous word culture? What was he talking about? Is like, is Georgia practicing harder than us, or what's, that's that was it's like there's more money being pumped to this program. The coaches are getting paid more. What's going on? What's going on here? A weight room is a weight room. It doesn't matter if the facilities are nicer, right? But is the intensity there? What's, again? I'm gonna keep asking, what's going on with this program? Don't tell me that's getting better, because I don't see it. I see more penalties, more personal fouls, more dumb mistakes. I'm not seeing the big change. I see the same stuff. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you see the culture is changing." How? Right? We have players doing dumb penalties in bowl games and in regular season games, pushing players after plays. It's like, where has we were getting blown out last year, right? It's like, what's changing?
I'm glad you asked this question because it puts me in a position to be the guy that y'all want me to.
I try to save the best for last.
What is going on here is recency. I mean, selective memory. Let me say that. People have selective memory. I remember bringing this up on Twitter one day because someone was talking about the strength gains, from Aaron Field being here. So I went back to 2014. I believe it was 2014 when I think Jamal Carter broke Sean Taylor's power clean record. And the whole aspect of, oh, the guys look so different now and all this stuff like this. And I'm like, I went back because Andrew Swayze, by all accounts, by the time he left here, somebody's licensing and he couldn't actually be in the facility at that time, all that stuff like that. He wasn't a strength coach. He wasn't Tommy Moffitt. But this is 2014 that we're talking about guys are breaking a record. Now think about when Sean Taylor left, RIP to Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor left the University of Miami after the 2003 season or 2004 season, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a decade later that a player breaks that record. And y'all are trying to sell me on we're stronger now because Francis Mary Noah has quote unquote record body fat. The thing about that is, what does that have to do with taking a man and taking Shannon Sharp's words and fight? His will is to come forward, and your will, and you're pushing him. You're pushing a man against his will. What does it got to do with anything? Because people act like Eric Flowers wasn't here. People act like that McDermott, the younger McDermott, wasn't here. People act like Trevor Darling wasn't. Central. So so this is the funny thing about it. People pretend like this is something new. This is not anything new. If we want to say remodel versus rebuild, this is a remodeling of what Al Golden did in 2011.
Yep.
Al Golden had Centria. Al Golden had Eric Flowers. Al Golden had arguably one of the greatest offensive line coaches, not just in UM history, which he's probably the best in UM history. That's
Jeff Stoutland, right?
It's not debatable. But we're talking about one of the best offensive line coaches in college football history.
Jeff Stoutland, right? Or Art Kehoe?
No, I'm Art Kehoe.
And he had Jeff Stoutland.
So when people say this is different, all you're telling me is you have no other defense. You bring you're not bringing anything of substance to the conversation. Because if I can go back to 2011 and show you the exact same thing, the only difference being is that recruiting services are a little bit better than they were, and arguably because that's a decade ago, right? We're on to another decade. 2011, we're in 2024, so we're over a decade better. So yeah, they're better at giving guys ratings. But am I supposed to? And again, this is no knock to Jaden Wayne or no knock to Najee Kelly. But am I supposed to sit up here and say, "Oh, what Najee Kelly is better than Tyreek McCord"? Why would I say that?
Nope. Yeah.
So let me hop in there real quick. So I
Please
think
do.
the difference is, right, we're trying to get to a place. Yeah, we're trying to get to a place, right, where the worst case scenario you're winning 8-4 or 9-3 games a year. Look back at all those years that we had in the last 20 years, right? You go 7-5, the next year
Okay.
5-7, 4-8. You're
Whoa,
still
whoa,
hovering
whoa.
around 500.
Who went 4-8? Who went 4-8? We're not Florida. Who went 4-8?
Pretty sure somebody went 4-8.
No.
No. I think the worst I've seen was 5-7.
Randy,
Yeah, you know who went 5-7?
Hey, but you know what?
But I understand what you're saying. Here
So
we go.
the difference is, right, we're not trying to be Florida State. Look at this year. Look how bad they'll be next year. There's going to be a considerable drop off.
Workforce. Let's go.
We saw the step down during Manny. We saw it during Al Golden. We saw it during Randy. We saw it during CMR.
What did we see? Workforce. Tell me, what did we see?
Didn't the past year go 10-3? And then the next year we won 5-7?
No, we went 7-5. We in 2018 we had quarterback issues. So
you went 6, 7, 8-3, 7-5.
So to borrow from Cuban Kane, what was the issue in 2018? Quarterback play. What was the issue in 2019? Quarterback play. What was the issue in 2022? Quarterback play. What was the issue this year? Quarterback play. What was the issue when Randy Shannon first took over? Quarterback play. What was the issue? Al Golden is the only coach that didn't have quarterback issues. Al Golden's issue was and you know what? And you know what?
Al Golden's issue was scholarships because he didn't have any.
So this is workforce.
No, Butch didn't have.
Hold on.
No.
Let me dunk it. Cuban, I know what it is. Let me dunk it.
He's getting shirtless.
Let me dunk it. Let me Reese Poffenberger this thing.
Oh my gosh.
Workforce. We're talking about two coaches, like you said. Al Golden stepped in with sanctions. Randy Shannon had, and I did a video about this. This is why I don't want to hear anything about culture. What type of culture did Randy Shannon inherit where one teammate deleted another teammate? And there's the photo. What type of culture is that? And Randy Shannon was able to win 9 games, and that type of stuff is going on in the locker room, outside the facility. Al Golden is blindsided. You can't have visits, a limited amount of visits. And the thing about it is, I really think Al Golden would have fired Mark D'Onofrio. But think about this. Al Golden had to sue to get his money. Randy Shannon had to sue to get his money. So if he would have fired Mark D'Onofrio probably told Al Golden, and I believe this in my heart of hearts. I believe Al Golden wanted to move in a different direction. I'm sure he would have wanted to hire Mike London or someone like that to call defense. But I'm sure the athletic director said, look, if you fire this man, we can't pay him. We're not gonna pay his buyout. His contract is gonna have to run out. And I think it's some behind the scenes stuff that went on. I don't just believe Al Golden wanted to go interview for Penn State because he played there. I'm sure it was some BS that was going on behind the scenes. And Al Golden was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this interesting. I'm gonna make this interesting. So getting back to the original point, if I can show you that we were at this same position in 2011 and 2012 with guys who are not making near what Mario Cristobal is making. How are you telling me the program is going in a better direction?
Workforce? No.
Hang on, sorry. So we're actually spending money, something we weren't doing back then. And to Randy, I'm the biggest Randy apologist there is.
We don't have to
They
apologize.
should have kept him a year or two longer because he had it going in the right direction.
We don't have to apologize for it. I'm just asking a question. If I can point to instances in which this looked exactly the same way, why is it different now? Now you can say, "Hey, we're spending money." Okay, that's fantastic.
How is it? I get it that it's the same in a lot of ways, but it's in what's not the same.
The things that are not the same. Hey,
I get you. I know where you're coming
Chad is
from.
going.
I'm just saying, if you heard some of the stories from former players back then, you would see that it's a lot different now.
Workforce. If Mario Cristobal is not retained, there are going to be stories. There's always stories. I'm sure there are going to be some stories about Nick Saban. It's always stories. There's stories about Urban Meyer. It's always going to be stories. So this is what I'm saying. We are spending money. But think about universities that have always spent money and have not got the results. Texas A&M spent money. Texas spent money. USC has been spending money. Michigan State spends money. There's a lot of schools that spend money. Money does not get you W's. That's just cool stuff. Like, again, this is what gets me on Twitter. Guys will sit there, "Oh, well, Oregon, you got all this stuff, and we never won a national championship." Okay, cool. But you know what the funny thing about it is? Oregon has been to the same amount of national championships since 2000 as the University of Miami. So we can talk about we won 3 in the 80s and we won 1 in the 90s and then we won another in 2000s. Okay, cool. We can talk about that. But since for the last 24 years, the University of Oregon has been to the same amount of national championships that we've been to, and they've competed for more. They've been in contention more often than we have. So again, but they spend money. Clemson spent money. They got 2 natties out of it. But did they just stop spending money? When
No, but at Oregon, did somebody take over for something that was completely stagnant and start 20 years behind?
One second. Let me get in for a second here, Shad. Workforce. Right now, this current regime, what's better on the field? I'm not talking about off the field. What positions are better now on the field than they were in the previous regimes?
Right here.
The offensive line?
That's it. Are you sure? Are you even sure about that part?
We're positive about that.
How are you positive? Because
part
the
of the quarterback hokey pokey, right?
What are we basing
was because our O-line couldn't block shit.
Why do you say that? Because I mean, we had an amazing passing offense with Rhett Lashlee. We were faster.
No, we're not talking about Rhett. We're talking about before that.
No. I was talking. I mean, Manning. Yeah, that's Manning. Under Manning, we had a good passing offense.
We're talking Mark Richt.
Yeah, we're talking about Manning. With Manning, it was Rhett Lashlee. We were faster under Manning. We were more physical under Manning. We had more rushing yards. We had.
And what happened when we played with a team that was bigger and more physical than us?
Huh?
What happened when we played a team that was bigger and more physical than us? They would bully us all day.
Good one. That's a great one. What happened when we played a team that was smaller than us? MTSU. They ran up the field. They did whatever they wanted. But what did we do when we played against Rutgers? A team that has less talent than us.
Hey,
Rutgers was playing all of their starters. We were playing about 15 guys that should not have been on the field, period.
So is our Rutgers starter better than our 5-star recruits that Mara recruited?
Fair enough. I'll give you that. They sure as hell played like it.
And go ahead, Chad.
But Workforce, this is what I'm going to say. The offensive line this year was great. Bullshit. You know what? It was good.
Bullshit.
It was good, from every metric. But if we're gonna go from a recency standpoint, the standard that I want to look at this offensive line at, I want to look at it from the standpoint of the offensive line that we had in 2013. The offensive line were the Florida Gators, who had a much better defensive line than any defensive line that we played this year. And those guys handled business against probably one of the best defensive linemen in the past 15 years in college football, Dominique Easley. Handled him. Then then we go to 2014, I believe. 2014. We go up to the University of Nebraska. Randy Gregory, Mr. Everything. Put him in check. This offensive line that we had this year, they ain't faced nobody that look like that. Nobody. So I can't even say that this offensive line, and this is with two hired mercenaries. They didn't have to go up against that. They didn't play a Dominique Easley this year. They didn't play a Randy Gregory this year. So I can't even say that the offensive line is better than what Al Golden had with no transfers. Homegrown talent. So the program from an outside perception look like it's going in the right direction because, yeah, you do have to invest in the program, right? But at the end of the day, if your record on the field is mirroring two guys that are looked at as epic failures.
Shadow, I got to stop. I said, what's investment in the program? Where is this money going towards?
Where is it going? Everybody wants buildings. Everybody feels like
what building have we built? I mean, this building where Mario got hired, right?
Only facility.
Where is it at? It was supposed to be done by now.
I don't know. They said it's still in. They still in the process. They got
phase. I don't know.
They get past the red tape.
So yeah. So again, people keep saying there's more money in this program. Where? I don't see it. Where is this money at?
NIL.
They said, yeah, NIL. We're looking to buy a championship. And we better buy one.
There's money than the coaching staff.
And they suck. They keep leaving.
Debatable.
But you know what's interesting about this though? It's because the barometer that they're using. They say, well, look, Ed Orgeron won a national title. Okay, yeah, Ed did. But are we is that what we're grasping to? Are we grasping to that we're gonna have a generational talent at the quarterback position?
No, it's fine. When did he win his championship though? When did he win his championship?
Who?
Ed. Yep.
What, you talking about how many years he had been there?
Yeah, he won in year 3, right?
Was that year 3?
Maybe 4.
Let me see. Because I can't remember. I don't remember when Les Miles got fired.
I think it was 3 or 4. I think it was year 3 or 4.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't there that long, man. He wasn't there that long. Let me see.
Yeah, let me see this.
Oh, yeah, it was year. Yeah, it was year 3 because he got the job in 2016. So yeah.
So are we expecting? Because you know how us Canes fans like to want to compare to everybody. Are we gonna win it national? So Shad, you know what? I'm buying tickets to the championship game.
No, my bad. It was year 4.
Okay. All right. So next year, I'm buying us all national championship tickets, front row seats. We'll be in the national championship.
Some people said they're circling 2025. So.
Who's going to be the quarterback in 2025?
A transfer.
What are we doing?
Oh man, I don't know. So
but South Coast, South Coast, I'm going to cut you off. Right?
No, go ahead.
People talk. See, this is another thing that irks me on Twitter. We don't want to be Florida State. We don't need to go get all these transfer guys. We building it the right way. If you're building the right way, why do every time I turn around, I hear y'all saying every time someone enters the portal, we need to throw a bag at them?
Yep.
So you telling me you're not trying to do what Florida State's doing, but then on the other hand, you want to do what Florida State's doing? Like, which one is it now? Which is it?
Right. I mean, it's just.
We need a number 1 wide receiver. What's wrong with Isaiah Horton? Tyler Harrell was supposed to be the number 1 receiver. Everyone was up in arms for Shamar Kirk. Now y'all talking about he needs to leave. What are we doing?
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
Kevin
But
being
even if we
next.
did, yeah, but this is the funny part. This is something that you said a while ago. Even if we did have a number one wide receiver, are we going to throw him the ball?
No, we're not going to throw him the ball.
So
Right.
what's the purpose of this fucking program? It's frustrating.
I
No,
mean, I
they
guess
need,
everybody gets hung up on the star ratings and all this, which I mean that's fine and all, but I
but
mean
they say
it's
stars don't matter.
I know that's what
South
I'm
Coast,
saying.
South Coast.
I
I
know
don't
they
follow
it's
recruiting, but
you know
over the summer, the motto was evaluation over stars. And
right.
then you get Justin Scott, and now, oh, we got the greatest defensive line class in history. What's so hard about evaluating Justin Scott?
Right. I
Marcus
mean
Lightfoot.
it's like one day they're talking on this side of their mouth, and then the next day they're talking out of this side of their mouth.
I
It's
love
like,
it. I
but
love it.
and that's where it all kind of goes back to, you know, where you try to be. I just recommend be diverse in your information gathering, because sometimes it just it depends on who you listen. It's like just what Shad says. One day they're saying this, the next day they're saying that, then they're back to this, they're back to that. And it's just, you know, uh, but as far as my opinion, I don't know. I mean, Miami still has an identity crisis. The football team has an identity crisis. Uh, I mean, I hope they get to that plateau. I really do.
Sako, we're gonna talk about the schedule because that's the other hot piece of information everyone
Whoa,
is.
easy, 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 easy. I talked about it. See, because I said that the schedule looked enticing and Cuban jumped all over my ass. So I cut that topic off. I'm just joking.
Go ahead, Chad.
I'm joking.
We need to get back on it
Go ahead,
because
Chad.
Okay,
this,
what do you see in the schedule? What's got your attention?
this is what I see in the schedule, right? And this is what I love about people that are solely focused on the team that you root for. And what that means is that you are under the assumption that your team is the only team that's going to improve.
Well,
We
yeah.
lost we lost to Georgia Tech. You don't think Georgia Tech gonna be better next year?
Yep.
You don't think Louisville's gonna try to be better?
Yep.
USF, you don't think they're gonna try to
Oh,
pull from
yeah. Oh,
momentum
most
of
definitely.
of holding Alabama to what they held them to? You don't think they're gonna be better?
Florida got a returning quarterback.
Graham Mertz is returning back second year. See
And,
Cuban.
and
Cuban. This is what throws me off. Is because they will say something, and they only make it seem like it applies to Miami. But if you say it for somebody else, that don't make any sense. They say, "Oh, the second year under the offensive coordinator is supposed to look better." So based on that, Graham Mertz is supposed to look better next year, right? He's supposed to. That's what y'all said. That's why I don't say
and
dumb stuff like that. If I do, I'm applying it across the board. I'm not just
right.
applying it to me.
I mean,
Again,
Duke's going to be interesting.
Ruben Bain, they got tape on you, son.
Yep.
You can be a part of the plan.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So, Francis Mary Noah, you had weaknesses this particular year.
Put a speed rusher over there. Yeah.
So they know how to attack you now. So again, and like I say, Cuban people, it's like people want to say, "Oh, you're being negative." No, I like to look at the team and say, "Look, these are the weaknesses. These are what needs to be improved, and other teams can improve." Louisville got embarrassed in the ACC championship game. You don't think Jeff Brom is gonna be hell bent on getting them back there next year?
And they got a lot of good recruits. Not recruits, transfers.
We have a stretch of Louisville, Florida State, Duke, and Georgia Tech, fresh off of a bye. So based on Mario Cristobal history,
Oh Lord.
we're gonna lose to Louisville.
Let's hope that trend gets broken
I
for
mean,
the first time in 20 years.
based on this, we're gonna lose to Louisville. Can't beat Florida State. Duke, Manny Diaz, Georgia Tech, they.
Well, what about that coming off of Virginia Tech and then traveling all the way across the country?
And that's another thing. You got to look at stuff like that. They're going to go from Virginia Tech all the way out to California.
Exactly.
But
And then fly, and then they got to come. Well,
Got a bye week.
they get the bye week afterwards, which I'm sure they'll blame jet lag. But yeah, I mean,
Like when you look at this schedule, just look at it. Just a glance. You're like, oh man, this is easy. But then when you look at it and you start to say, yeah, Florida does return a quarterback. Florida does have some younger guys that are going to play a bigger role this year. Some unseen talent. They may be better. So Florida A&M is going to be in. See, the thing about that is how that Florida game is going to be physical. And we can say what we say about FAMU, but FAMU gets a lot of P5 transfers. So that's not going to be the equivalent of playing Bethune-Cookman.
right.
I mean, it's not Miami of Ohio. It's not, it's
Right.
not Temple either, but they're pretty good situation. Then you get Ball State. Then you go right to USF. And we're going to USF.
that
So
has
I
a point
guess
to prove.
I guess we'll be 6-0 before the bye week.
And Virginia, but I'll say this: Virginia Tech head coach, he poked fun at the University of Miami when he first got the job. He poked fun,
Right.
so he got an answer to that. And then he was going to Cal. So,
I mean, I like it. I mean, like I said, it's enticing. It's
it's enticing.
it's. I mean, because think about it, we're playing, and Phil brought it up, but we're playing 4 Florida schools.
Exactly.
You know,
We're playing out the Florida stuff for UCF.
Traveling, finally, back to playing Virginia Tech. Then going all the way to Cal, which means it'll probably come on at midnight for me and you, Shad. And then, then you start looking at those last 6 games, and it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not giving any predictions. I mean, nothing. I'm just saying I think it's gonna be a good schedule for what Miami has.
But the funny part is, you see people saying Twitter, YouTube, "Oh, I'm expecting 9 to 10 wins."
I'm expecting 8.
I'm expecting 8, yes. But
I said 9.
when we don't win 9 to 10, we're gonna get hit with, it's a rebuilding year. What do you expect? We have our first play. These players, is the first year. What do you want from Mario? We're grinding. We're building. This is a rebuild, right? And it's like, what is this, fellas? You got to give Mario 6 years, right, to get his players in, and it's like, and this is the trick that we fall into every single year. My thing is, everybody's looking at, we need to be Bama, Georgia. I'm like, we need to win the Coastal first. Let's win
Yeah,
the ACC first, and then let's worry
yeah.
about some damn Bamas and all that stuff. I just want to win. The Coastal's not around, but that was the weakest conference in college football, and we could not consistently win that sorry ass conference. And that's for any coach, not for just this
Yeah.
coach. Any coach, like, just give me the
Right.
simple ACC. Be consistent in the ACC. Win all of your games, or lose maximum 1 game in the ACC, and that's to Florida State at that. But until we get consistency in the ACC, we're not going anywhere. And that's
Yeah.
the.
And I'm sorry. I thought
Sorry,
you
go
were
ahead.
finished.
No, go
Now,
ahead.
I was just gonna say,
Don't
to the
interrupt me again, Jordan. Because I'm going over there and just, we're gonna fight. So don't do that again. I'm joking.
I brought you on this channel. I can take you off.
Hey, not. Hey, listen. Not if you play for University of Miami. I tell you what to do. This is how it runs. All right, okay, Jordan.
I
I
hear
tell
you.
you what to do. You're a Hurricanes fan. That's the way that We run the program. I tell
I
you
hear
what to
you.
do, and you listen to me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yes, sir. Now, all I was going to say is, you know, with this schedule, and again, it's just it's January 25th. Okay, it's January 25th. I mean, just looking at it, you know, just looking at the eye test here. I mean, an 8-4 record with against that schedule, that's pretty respectable.
So I'm glad you brought that up. What happens if we do actually go 8-4 or 9-3? Is Mario officially on the hot seat?
Nope,
Well, hey,
not for me.
no,
He's been
no.
on the hot seat since Middle Tennessee.
Well, yeah. I mean, and right, in my opinion, rightfully so. But in all fairness, you know, if I guess I'll make a bold prediction.
But if there's consistent
It,
growth,
right. And with that being said, I think if it's another 7-5, depending on how we go 7-5, uh honestly, if anything less than 8-4 is really gonna bring
raising some eyebrows.
it's gonna get some people real excited and not in a good way. It's gonna, and yeah, QB, exactly. Like when we talk about, growth, what, and I know we're just four guys hanging out on the YouTube, but what do we think growth is? Is it record? Okay. And the reason why I bring up, because that's what a lot of people, we're talking about, the records and stuff, and that's fine. But what do we use as the measuring stick for growth? Is it record? Is it performance? Uh
It's record. It's what you get judged at the end of the day. You got to win. You have to win one more game than last year. Every year you got to improve by 1 or 2 games. That's why I'm not saying that we're gonna win 10 games. It's like the maximum games it's 9 games, but we have to win 8. You cannot go backwards. Start going
yeah,
backwards. That's
exactly.
where, yeah.
You know, but the players got out there and tried really hard this year. Anyway, the moral victories. But nah, yeah, at the end of the day, it's all they remember is the record. And that's 8-4. I think that would help. But say if it's 8-4 this year, hypothetically 8-4, then next year is allegedly year 4. Do we start going into the 10-win
Yep.
talk?
Yep. You have to progression.
Because in other words, what I'm getting at is, so if we go 8-4, how many more seasons can single digit wins keep Mario's job safe? You see what I'm getting at? In other words, do we ceiling out at 9 wins? Do we hit that 10-win mark and then become an 8-win team? Is that our destiny? Or does this team strive and get better and hit that undefeated? You see what I'm saying? And it's all hypothetical. All hypothetical. You see what I'm saying? Oh, but just just to stay on focus here without getting too crazy. But yeah, I think 8-4 with that schedule would be pretty outstanding. So of course, I'm sure there's already 10-2, 11-1 talk right now because they're looking at the FAMU, Ball State, the Bulls, Virginia Tech, the Dukes, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Syracuse. They just see that name and they automatically say, "Oh, well, we should be able to beat them." And from I do have the mentality that I mean, we're Miami. That's Syracuse. I mean, we should beat them, but it ain't like that anymore. You
Right.
know,
And you know what's
it's not.
funny? It's because I also follow like Florida State not players, fan base. You know what Florida's saying about their week one? They're going to beat us. You know what Georgia Tech, all these other schools saying they're going to beat us. It's like we're viewing it from our perspective. That's why when Truckee
Yeah,
came in, I wanted to hear his perspective of what an outsider thinks of our program. Because
right.
all of us we're knee deep in Miami, and Shad, you're a general fan and everything, but you're a big Miami fan as well. But it's like just hearing the opinion of outside fan bases about our program, we're not hot shit. Um,
Oh
we're
yeah.
kind of
Oh,
a joke. You know,
right.
and it's just funny that like how we're like, oh, we're the greatest thing in this earth, and it's like, oh, we're not viewed that way by anybody.
And,
Nobody fears us.
but and the funny thing is, Cuban, every fan base thinks that of all their teams. You know, I'm sure they do. I mean, even like I bet you FAMU thinks that they can beat us because hey, Middle Tennessee State did it.
That's true.
You know, so it's hey, what's up, Bryce? So I mean, yeah, Miami fans say it. I'm sure the Florida State fans, the FSU fans, I mean the Florida fans, FSU fans. I'm sure Syracuse is saying it. I guarantee you that Albany, without the shirtless dunking wonder, they're probably thinking, "Hey, we're going to be better." I mean, I guess that's just the nature of the beast, you know. Uh, but wait a minute. I just realized something. I thought Miami was supposed to play SMU this coming year. That's
No, that's
I
Next
thought
year, I believe.
next year. Okay, maybe I misheard, but I thought there was. I know there was talk about playing SMU because it's ACC. Okay, but I guess I misheard. Uh, I think if SMU was on there, take away Virginia Tech and put SMU, that could be a fun schedule right there.
I have a hot take. If the ACC stays intact, SMU will be the best team in the ACC. You know why? They have different money than the rest of the nation. The money that SMU has is a whole different type of buckets.
Now, a lot of people will debate that and say that they have a bunch of Miami players.
No, I'm not even talking about the Miami players.
But yeah,
SMU,
Dallas got
No,
crazy
they got
money,
that
dude.
FU money.
yeah, they
That
have
is
that.
no
They
joke.
have their FU money is worse than Texas and Texas A&M
Yeah.
FU money. That's a whole different type of money. So if, like
Oh
I
yeah.
said, if the ACC stays intact and SMU gets, they're gonna be. Just think about it. They paid $100 million, and they're like, we don't want none of your money. We just want to be in your conference. So that
Yeah.
tells you how much money they have. They have I don't care money.
Yeah, they very confident. But yeah, it is. And we all know it's all about the money. And yeah, that shoot, that Texas money ain't no joke, especially in Dallas. But oh man, this has been fun. This has been enjoyable. Oh, do. Oh, nah, I'm not going to ask any more questions. It's gotten late. We've been talking for 2.5 hours. Shad's got to go to bed. Besides, it looks like Shad's into something right now. He has that look and that typing going on.
No, I'm just I was just looking at Cal, and they played a freshman quarterback last year. He was a starter. It's gonna be a sophomore. I'm sure Kane fans, if he plays good, they're gonna say, how did he leave? How did he leave? Because he played at Columbus. Um, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. They look like they've done some things in the portal.
So basically, it's
It might be
same old, like everybody else.
But like I said, I feel like that there's gonna be something to talk about, like looking at like what the other teams have to get a better gauge instead of just looking at the schedule and saying, oh well, just looking at the names like, hell, hasn't anything since Deshaun Jackson and Marshawn Lynch were there.
Right. But yeah, Bryce, we talked about Jakari's stuff earlier. But one thing we didn't even mention was the fact of Cam Ward. Cam Ward's supposed to bring this team to the playoffs. And with this easy schedule, Cam Ward should be able to take us to the playoffs. I kept a straight face for a pretty good while that time. I mean, and we could actually.
Hey, but you know what though? Unfortunately, because of the Jakari situation, it kind of makes Cam kind of be somewhat of a villain, and that's I felt kind of that way when I was breaking it down. But he's our quarterback, so we got.
Shad, I got a question, Shad. Do we have a broken locker room?
You know what? I don't think it's any different. You know what? If it wasn't broke when TVD did what he did, then I don't see it being broken right now.
That's a good one. I mean, yeah, it just seems like a lot of players have a sour taste towards him. So it's gonna be a little bit interesting.
Look at this. Cal had the second best running offense in the Pac-12 behind Oregon, averaging 217 yards rushing per game.
It's not an easy schedule. It's not an easy schedule.
I'm just, I'm gonna have to look at this.
And then
the problem with Cal was their defense. Look that up.
Yeah,
the defense is bad, which is crazy because the head coach is the defensive coordinator. But it looks like they picked up some guys.
It's not as good as everybody else in the Pac-12.
No, it's not. But they're getting some guys in the portal. So
yeah,
I don't know.
As far as Mr. Fernando, nobody recruited him.
Nobody recruited
him down here. Yeah,
I see he had committed to Yale because he's exceptionally intelligent. It said he had a 4.95 GPA.
Yeah, so he wasn't highly drafted.
So
he didn't have big time offers.
No, he didn't. I see that right now. So he went 14-10, and that's 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I mean, those are not bad numbers for a true freshman. So he probably gonna be better. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm absolutely frightened of Georgia Tech because I thought Haynes King was a junior and he had left. Haynes King was just a sophomore. He'll be back.
Oh, it's definitely going to be interesting. Oh,
I love it.
But, I know. It's only January, but it's going to be interesting. But Cuban, maybe next time we'll discuss. You're talking about the locker room situation with Cam and Jakari and all this stuff, but
ain't no locker room situation. Cam walked in and said, "I'm the captain now, and y'all gonna get in line."
Did he show him his bags?
Nah.
I
got enough money to replace all of y'all. I got enough NIL money to give up my own NIL deal.
Right, and then see that's good talk too. Is like, stay at Cam Ward,
And Mario's not going to do a damn. And Mario's not going to do a damn thing about it. I can throw 30 interceptions. Mario's just going to sit there and take it.
Yeah, he's not supposed to. Shannon Dawson getting into that, man.
All right, so
I love it.
Before we dismiss and uncongregate, hey, like that. I just want to hear some final parting shots from everybody, like we always do. So, I'm gonna let Shad go first. I'm gonna let Workforce have the final say. So Shad,
The
talk
final
to.
shot, the final shots are in my Cam Ward voice. I am the captain now. My NIL deal is the GDP of Louisiana and Mississippi combined. Jakari, if you keep talking, you'll be back in Valdosta before you can count to 5. I ain't TVD. You know what I mean? I got ownership stake in Inter Miami. And Cuban, if I see you riding a bicycle to my coach again, I'm not gonna say that. Because real he's moving silence like lasagna. I'm
And
Cam Ward. I'm Cam Ward, Mitch. That's all I gotta say about that.
my turn.
Yes, please, please, please.
My parting shots. If Cam Ward were to see me, is what I'm going to tell Mario. Don't be a puss.
And with that, Cuban's out. Nope, he's back. Hang on.
Oh yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
my final words would be if Cam Ward were to come to me, I'll tell him what I'll tell Mario. Don't be a puss.
All right. All right, Workforce. Here's your chance.
Parting words.
Military.
Let's see. We're in year 3 of Mario's rebuild, correct?
Yes.
Everybody says that Mario's biggest growth comes between year 2 and year 3. It's between year 3 and year 4. Let the man cook. If we go 7-5 or 6-6 this year, then we can hit the panic button.
Anything else? I don't want to cut anybody off.
If I see mirror ball running down the street, I'm running the other way. That man is all 4'9", full of fury.
It takes 12 years to clean up 25 years.
12 years.
It takes 17 if you add in Mario's 5.
Oh my gosh. It's hilarious.
It's going to take Mario 4 or 5.
And he's back. Well, only thing I can say is first, thanks to everybody. Thanks for my quarterback can dunk. Thanks to the West End Zone crew. And of course, Cuban Kane. Thank y'all for stopping by. This has been another wonderful, wonderful discussion. I know it's kind of hard to really talk about anything, but I just my main thing was just with, of course, the Jakari thing, the video, but it's just the complete and utter senselessness that's going on out there, and everybody who was bashing Jakari is now kissing his ass. But yeah, I mean, it as far as Mario is, I mean, I don't know. I hope he does better for the sake of the team. But if he doesn't, then I'm afraid that they've got too much money invested, whatever that dollar amount may be. So I think whether we like it or not, Mario's going to be here for a little while just so they can get their money's worth out of him. You know what I mean? I hate to say it. I don't want to be the black cloud in the room, but I don't know. We'll see. And of course, thanks to QB and Miss Katie, and of course, Miss Ellen. Bryce, sorry you made it late, but that's okay, buddy. We're glad you were here. Did I miss it? Phil the swag? Phil the swag. You changed your photo. Good job, dude. Good to see you again, Phil. And anybody else who was out there that I may have missed, anybody that was in the back row, I appreciate y'all coming by. So yeah, as far as the program scheduling, depends on what happens. If something happens in regards to Miami football, any late breaking news, of course, we'll talk, or if not, we'll just have a little fellowship time, regardless of the fact. Maybe a Friday night, maybe a pre-late night Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But again, thanks to y'all for coming out. And if y'all wanna venture into this and try this entertainment of foolishness stuff, hey, it's cool, bro. But if anything, the world needs it, especially the world of Miami Hurricanes fans. But so yeah, that's it. As y'all know, peace, love, and soul. It's all about the you. Thank y'all so much. I enjoyed it thoroughly as always, and I hope y'all did too. So until next time, this is South Coast Kane, Jordan Page. Y'all have a good evening. We will catch y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Go Canes.
You and me together, we could be anything, anything. You and me together, we could be anything, anything. I can take your pain away from you, from you. I can take it, I can take it, I can take your pain away from you, from you.